Jay Patel. Sarah Tarani.
Let's give our outstanding class of 2024 one more warm round of applause.
Thank you, Mr. Grishman, for your wise words and for your always supportive leadership. I wish that time would allow for you to hear from every single one of these exceptional young people on our stage. But although that's not possible, we do have 3 students who are part of the school's shared decision committee. And each month they meet with a team of parents and staff members to make decisions about the school in consensus building. They attend the monthly meetings and they are such a valuable part of our school and this committee. They represent the very best of Jericho Middle School, and it is my pleasure to introduce Milo Lin, Sarah Tarani, and Jay Patel.
Good afternoon, classmates, family members, administrators, teachers, and school staff. We are happy to be here on this final day of middle school.
Bruh, we still have 2 more days after this.
Wait, what?
Ugh, Jericho is so extra.
Okay, let me try this again. Good afternoon, classmates, family members, administrators, teachers, and school staff. We are happy to be here on this anti-penultimate day of middle school.
Anti-pen what?
Anti-penultimate. Did you not learn any of the vocabulary words we studied this year?
I studied units 1 through 9, but I have no recollection of that word.
Same.
Speaking of vocabulary, I have a great idea. If you want the audience to understand more about our use of words, we probably should begin with the middle schooler's Urban Dictionary.
Is that a thing?
It is now.
Wait, isn't this speech supposed to be a reflection of our experience in middle school?
Sure, but what better way to entertain our classmates and confuse adults by inserting some of the language that we know best into this presentation?
I like it.
Bet. That sounds dope.
Exactly.
Preach, Sarah.
Oh, okay, I guess I'm up first. As we stand here on the brink of the next chapter, it's time to spill the tea about our path through middle school. We boarded the bus on the first day of middle school and entered JMS for the first time. What better way to kick off life in our lit new middle school than chilling in our new safe space, aka homeroom, with our squad. Once we entered the hallway, though, it was a completely different story, thanks to the fear of getting lost and trying to open our newly decked out lockers, which were, in retrospect, really cringy. Luckily, we knew that our principal, Dr. Gately, would be there to guide us. However, once we ditched him on the first floor, the rush to the brunch rooms, period 5 lunch, was just giving insane vibes. After all, we were ready to have one of the sickest meals ever. Pun intended. After acclimating to our new second crib, we quickly learned to embrace our passions and honor our FOMO by joining various clubs, ranging from the advertising club to the chess club. And thanks to all these activities, there was something for everyone. Even though we all learned so much about things like the periodic table, world religions, and ancient Rome, I have to admit that we couldn't have survived the school year without our favorite daily New York Times game, Wordle. We rallied to see who would get bragging rights for being the GOAT and getting all the green boxes on the screen that revealed the correct 5-letter word. And that's just the beginning of our obsession with games. 2 years ago, Squid Games had the whole 6th grade wanting to compete in a fierce game of red light, green light. Of course, we have to include the famous Alveus Walk. Nothing was better than twinning in bougie neon shirts with the whole school to show off our spirit. We will miss that walk around the track as it reminded us to avoid the salty moments that come with bullying. And our guest speaker, Asia Mayrock, was on point at explaining how we could become better upstanders. Due to the repercussions of the pandemic, we still weren't able to go to several field trips, but we did manage to go to Project Adventure. Although being in the woods was not so preppy, we definitely used our mad skills to have the time of our lives, while channeling our ninja warrior selves. Our final challenge of the year involved our homeroom in the mini Olympics, and we dominated in all of the games. Those 6th grade days were the ones we slept on, though we didn't realize it at the time.
Seventh grade was anything but vanilla. It was a year of change, which we will remember forever. After our farewells to Dr. Gately, it was time to change it up. With Mr. Gleason as the principal and Miss Ballou as the assistant principal, we knew school would hit differently than it did in 6th grade. We were promoted to the Gucci second floor, or so we thought. And if you were lucky enough, your locker was not downstairs. Although 7th grade was a great year, one major problem was that we were all hangry. Why did it have to be us who not only had to wake up so early, but also eat lunch more than 5 hours after school started? School was practically over by the time we ate lunch. You feel me? A new year in middle school brought new opportunities, from accelerated classes to exploratory courses to a mega slew of school sports. There were tons of new things for us to try. Let's not forget about the amazing classmates who competed and dedicated their time to NHD. To everyone listening, you all cooked. Another positive about 7th grade was that the field trips were legendary. From the skating field trip to Philly, we had a blast exploring historical sites and buying merch at the gift shops. And we were stoked to spend time with our bros. Not only was 7th grade Sigma, but it was a dank year in the world. Influencers dominated platforms with the Grimace Shake trend, while Skibidi Toilet took over social media. Streamers went from Fortnite and Among Us to Clash Royale. There was so much hype for the World Cup, and Argentina slayed that tournament. And if we thought 7th grade was the bomb, we had no clue what 8th grade would deliver.
8th grade began with a more serious tone. We were ready to meet the challenges that transcript-bearing language classes and Regents courses gave us. But our journey wasn't just about academics. It was about exploring our interests through millions of electives. From the bussin' food in Little Chefs, to the dope projects in World of Tech, to the skills required in mock trial and competitive science, to the low-key, or should I say on-key, musicians and singers, and many more choices. We learned to flex our strengths. In fact, many of these courses led us to competitions such as National History Day, Science Olympiads, Mathletes, robotics, writing contests, and more, where we ate and left no crumbs behind. Pumped to work with classmates from other teams and with different ELA teachers for 3 weeks, the Rowan Project did not disappoint. We served up music videos based on our verse novels and had everybody vibing at our viewing party in the Little Theater. Throughout our 8th grade journey, we have been legit inspired by remarkable individuals at our assemblies this year. From the insightful writings of James Preller to the awesome resilience of athlete Rohan Murphy. Additionally, Holocaust survivor Leo Ullman and former Jayhawk Dana Arshin's presentation amped up our study of Anne Frank and World War II. All of these speakers continue to live rent-free in our minds because they woke our perspectives and made us thirsty to fuel our squad goals in big ways. Field trips were also an exciting part of our 8th grade year. Who can forget the DC trip? That trip was fire because we immersed ourselves in the history of our nation's capital when we weren't raiding the food courts like we had not eaten in months. Mewing was not allowed on our world language trips, where we were encouraged to immerse ourselves in a cultural experience by practicing our speaking skills, while tasting yummy food, of course. And we can't forget Adventureland, where we chilled with classmates, forging friendships, and creating memories that will last a lifetime. The last few weeks have been a solid mix of stress and fun. We were shook by Regents and Checkpoint A exams, which we crushed, by the way, while we were signing yearbooks and getting set for our Rager at the Crescent Beach Club party on Monday.
Whoa, Jay, it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, Mr. Gleason's giving us a side eye.
I was literally about to finish.
Whatever.
Well, I hope everyone appreciated our use of newfound language. You know, they can't stress enough how important it is to build our vocabulary skills.
We definitely understood the assignment.
Well, just in case you have no idea what we were talking about, we would like to thank our parents, family members, teachers, and staff members for making our middle school experience epic.
What she said.
We can't wait for our classmates to come with on our high school quest.
Peace.
Bye.
That's just the way I look, Milo. I can't help it. I want to thank Milo, Jay, and Sarah, and our 8th grade ELA teacher, Ms. Scalera, who has been working very closely with our speakers. Let's give them a nice round of applause.